What is up, you guys? Today I am going to show you how to build an amplifier base. You can see that one I have right there. If you're wondering how I built my home base, I actually just totally stole that from another YouTuber. I'll put his link in the description, but I'm going to show you how I build my amplifier base today because I think it is pretty awesome. You can see I have the amplifier here, and first is just building a grid around it, and you're actually going to be making a 3x3 grid, but do not forget these walls that go in, like those two right there, because those those will kind of set up a bit of the bottleneck for the zombies, because they are going to go and they're going to start attacking the wall that will lead them right into the amplifier rather than the one that has two walls that they have to break through. So you're going to then put on the ceilings. You're going to get a nice little 3x3 grid just like this here. You got the aerial view, but we still need to do the top of the amplifier, so we're going to put in 4 more right there, and we're going to put a top on that. If I can jump up and get it. There we go. And now we are going to put up some of these pillar, like these arcs, I guess you could call them. I'm not sure exactly what they are called, but we are going to put them down at each of the corners on both sides in order to start creating like a little bit of a solid base for that next level to the amplifier. Alright, now that we are on top, you guys can see that view. We got everything there, and now we are going to build up this last level. So we are going to throw on some arcs here, not a door. I don't know what I was doing there, but we're going to throw on those arcs, throw those all around. This should be super nice. And then we are going to put on these floors. I love the brick floors here because when you upgrade them, they look freaking awesome. So get a little bit of the floor in there for the second level, and there we go. We now have this second floor completed, and we can just throw on the roof, and we're good to go with the major part of the base. Alright, so here you go. This is the roof, you guys. We're now going to put on like a pyramid on top of this. There we go. Let's go. This is now as high as we're going to build for this. You don't need to really build any higher, and it looks prime. So we're now going to throw on these, I have no idea what they're called, but this is going to protect this second floor from the lobbers, so that way they don't just start breaking our floor and destroying all of that. These are going to take most of that damage, and there you go. We now have this nice aerial view. It looks spectacular. We're going to put a floor around the entirety of our structure. Now, I'm using brick for this floor. You'll see later on in the video, I actually switched this to metal. So it's up to you guys what you want to ultimately use. I prefer metal just because it's so much more sturdy, especially after you upgrade it. But again, we're going to then put these arcs over at each of the spots where the husks are able to, or where the husks are going to attack our amplifier base. Now, this is a little customization that I'm doing here because it's on the cliffside. I actually like to have these two little towers facing the cliffside over here. One, because it gives me another wall that I can put a trap on, which I love. You'll see me put a wall darts on it a little bit later. But then also just because I liked it and I thought it looked cool, so that's what I did. So you can see me putting those in there. You don't need to if you're not if you're doing an amplifier at a different base. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but you're more than welcome to. And again, I'm going to put those, I don't know what those are called, but I'm putting those arcs over it just so that way, you know, again, the lobbers are not going to damage my roof at all. And you'll see later on too, I'll walk you through a whole defense with it, and you'll see actually if I don't put those on the roof, it takes some solid damage. So this is what the base looks like now. We're pretty much almost done. We're just going to throw on now some walls. Again, this is going to help even more with that choke point, really bottlenecking all the husks into just these particular areas, which is great because then we always know exactly where they're going to be, and it means I don't have to put as many traps down. So this is what the final base looks like. Some of that brick, you'll see, I like to switch it out for metal, and I did in fact later on switch it out for metal. But this is really what the base looks like prior to throwing on all the traps and other shenanigans. Again, I'm going to do a little bit more customization, and we're going to throw in some stairs so that way, you know, we can get up to the second floor. Those are always nice. So we got stairs now, and I put those up in the back again. Again, because we have this choke point here, I'm going to build one spot out. You know, again, this is what we have. This is more or less the final base. Gonna do just a little bit more with some floors back here, and this is totally optional. Again, you guys, you don't need this. I just thought it looked awesome. I know no husks are coming from this direction, so this floor really is more so just for funsies and for myself, and because I liked it. So once you've got that done, it's basically just upgrade everything time. So this is the time to use all your resources. In fact, you will probably be going through quite a few stacks of resources to upgrade and keep upgrading and more upgrading. So there is going to be a lot of upgrading. But once it is done, look at that. It looks freaking gorgeous. That's the final base. You can see I switched out a lot of that brick for metal, but now we're putting down the traps. So I really like to put these push traps at each of these choke points, just because, again, I know this is where all the husks are going to be attacking my base, or at least the walls. So I throw, you know, one of these push traps down there, and it's fantastic. It pushes them back. They have to walk all the way back and go through these traps yet again. Now I just got these flame traps. I don't know how much I like them, but they're brand new, and so I decided I was going to use them, and so that's what I decided to do. So threw a whole bunch of flame traps down. I love the wall darts because they go, 3 spaces away that they can hit husks. So those are great there, especially as husks are going through this choke point. They're going to be hit by every single one of these traps. And it's great because it means I don't need to throw traps just everywhere. I can put them just kind of in the points where I know the husks are going to be traveling. You can see I also threw some health pads up top. Those come in clutch when you need the health. But let me just quickly walk you through a shield defense. So this is my shield storm defense 3. And you can see exactly how easy it was for me with my home base. Again, that's a totally different video. You can, I'll link to the YouTuber I totally stole this idea or the layout from him. So I'll link to his video if you want to see how that is built. He also had his own amplifier base, but I thought it was much too complicated. It was just a lot, and I didn't feel like you needed it all. So this is why I came up with my own. But this is a solid shield defense against that. Now this one was a little bit weird because they were spawning on top of the hill, which was something I wasn't totally prepared for, and meant that there was sort of an awkward angle that they were coming at my base. And you can see now that we finished, you can see the damage that those lobbers did to my base here. So again, those floors aren't or those angled things are not necessarily necessary to have above your floors, but they're nice. They'll protect it a whole bunch from those lobbers, because you can see they did a lot of damage. So this last wave was super easy. They were all coming from one direction. The bottleneck was really nice, and the bottleneck's so great because especially as a ninja main or just in general with a bottleneck, it's very easy to take care of a whole bunch of husks at once. And so really easy, simple victory. Amplifiers took no damage at all. And there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys try it out. Let me know what you think. But anyways, that's it.